Hello everybody, this is the YouTuber with the best upload schedule in the whole entire world. If you couldn't tell, I was ill, not really that much anymore. And also I've had like a repetitive stress injury due to using my PC so much for work. So basically my body's just been acting against me. Oh, hello. However, today I decided to switch up the content a little bit and we're going to be finding out people's Starstable unpopular opinions. Now, I don't know if people want to be staying anonymous or not. I'm just taking these from Reddit pages. So when I'm showing, oh my god. Okay, this intro is not working. I've given up on the intro. I don't know if people like want their names to be known. I'm gonna like not include their names in the video. However, I'm gonna put a link below to the Reddit pages I have used. Hopefully, if people want to be known, they can be known. Oh my god. Okay, maybe I am still a bit ill. I've had like a really bad cough for like a week and a bit. Anyway, okay, we're gonna start with our first unpopular opinion. I miss having the level requirements to buy certain horses be actually high. Okay, we understand what that means as a team, guys. Right, we're gonna dissect this quote together. I've never done a video like this before. This is not going well already. So I'm also gonna adapt this unpopular opinion to be with clothing as well, since not gonna lie, before I recorded this video, I read it as clothing, not horses. However, I believe my statement and my unpopular opinion, maybe it's a popular opinion, will be regarded for both. Honestly, I kind of agree with this. So I remember when I was a younger player having to wait to get into Epona to be able to unlock these Icelandics and like waiting every week to save up for them. Honestly, when I got the horse, it was so much more rewarding and I genuinely tended to enjoy the horse a lot more. Again, I was a kid, so obviously the horses are going to appeal to me maybe a bit more than they would nowadays. When I'm talking about clothing items, I really like having to work towards clothing items. I don't love it. There's this pair of pants in Jarlheim that I have been wanting for genuinely probably like 6 years at this point. And it's the GD reputation quest with that like really grumpy woman. I've just not done them and I've not got the pants that I really wanted. But at the end of the day, when I eventually do get them, even though I'm a lot older now, they will mean a lot. Do we get what I'm saying? The reason why I'm so for it, because I know I'm level 25 now, so I would technically be able to unlock pretty much anything in the game. However, when it comes to reputation, fuck that. However, one of these caps that were black, you needed to have admired with Nick Stoneground to be able to buy the cap. About a year ago now, I worked so hard to get that cap. Well, I worked so hard. I just constantly played for around 3 months to be able to get the hat. Not gonna lie, I've not worn it that much. However, I'm very happy I have it. I think long-term grinding stuff in this game is needed and it can be enjoyable. So, for example, the Fireflies and the Druid training, that's kind of long, it's annoying, and what I find is you get a lot of FOMO from it. It's very difficult to keep up. However, I'm doing the Fireflies in my own time, but I know younger people might be like, oh my god, I gotta do this right now, like straight away. That's a natural instinct to have. I think with like an item of clothing is quite fun to be able to just do it very relaxed by yourself. Like that black cat, no one else was looking for it at the same time as me. Barely anyone else would have been working towards it at the same time as me, and I enjoyed it since it was my own little personal goal. So I don't know, I don't think it's a necessary thing for the game to have. I just think it would be kind of cool. Like I agree with that unpopular opinion. However, it's not the end all be all. I wouldn't be playing this game if I didn't enjoy it, and it's my fault for playing it if I don't enjoy it. So lunging is boring as a lot of people who desperately beg for more realistic features like this to be implemented in the game seem to forget how boring the tasks translate into gameplay in a video game. I agree with this. The lunging feature is incredibly boring. However, it is lunging a horse. I've worked with horses myself, and of course, it's not boring when you're working with horses, but I mean, lunging isn't exactly the most thrilling activity. However, I do think it is necessary for Starstable to implement exercises such as lunging into their game. Actually, maybe we could do it now. No, I don't want to. See, I don't want to do the lunging. I really don't like it. But that's just personally for me. I just didn't enjoy it. No, I'm not doing dressage. I can't do the dressage for the life of me. Like, I think this is just a me thing now. I think they fixed all the bugs. I just can't do it, even though I used to aim to be a dressage rider. I think they're right in saying how people don't maybe realize that it is a boring task. I mean, Starstable, I think the way they implemented it was pretty cool. I wasn't expecting it to be a training thing because I remember when I was younger in the game, we all wanted to have like a massive paddock outside of our home stables where you can like see all your horses that are out there, and then have like a little outdoor area for the barn. And then that's when I thought, or your own personal arena. Then I thought they'd implement lunging in that kind of way. But I mean, I'm not complaining if they give you extra horse XP. I mean, it's one feature. It was one update. Yeah, I feel like calling it boring is a little bit harsh. Adding breeding to the game will only make it worse. Breeding in real life is a gamble, so of course in game it would be something similar to a gacha that would probably cost a lot of star coins. And from the cauldron, that gacha and buggy has horrible rates, and from what I've seen, we should know that this will not work. And they say the game is about creating a bond with your horse, but breeding creates the opposite. You just breed and breed to get the horse you want and discard the other ones. In the truth, the system of bond doesn't exist. Adding breeding will only make it worse, in my opinion. When I was younger, I really wanted breeding added into the game, like Alicia Online and everything. The breeding system works great there because it's free to play. And I think because of how expensive star coins are and how precious, at least personally for me, I treat my star coins as quite precious. So I wouldn't really want to possibly breed for a horse I might not want. I think it would completely change the shape of how the game runs in a negative way. I feel like then Starstable will kind of lose not its unique identity, but I think it would very much fit into the rest of horse games that we already have. I agree. I just don't think with the system they set up and the way money works in this game, oh my god, okay, that's kind of humbling. They just couldn't add it without changing the complete system of how the game runs. And although some people might think that's a good idea, maybe it is. Maybe it would work better if we completely changed the way we bought horses. I think it's a bit too late for a decision like that to be implemented in unless the game was going to go through a whole rebrand. Don't get me wrong, it would be really cool. I just don't think it would be good. I love the medieval update lol. When I heard they were doing a medieval update, I always knew it was not going to cater to my interests. So I thought it was a cool idea. It was a cool like little switch up. Personally not my thing, but again, I think it's good that the game is broadening out to appeal to loads of different interests. However, it would be nice if they worked on the story quest. I really wish what they do is like create a movie of the storyline, since I am so lost. Now, it's not because I started playing when we had the like completely original storyline, but also I went through a phase when I was probably like 13 where I just skipped through the whole story quests. I probably skipped through like a good third of the storyline, and I severely regret it. I just wish they would make a movie, or maybe there is a book. I remember they released a book, but I think that was maybe in like 2016. Wait, I need to look this up. Oh no, it was 2020. I like that the areas are changing and I can't wait for the updated Harvest counties. I of course love the old graphics of the game. I understand the game does need to mature. Whether or not I like the new style or not, that doesn't matter. However, I do agree at this point, as much as I do love having like these old graphics in the game still and all of these old areas that are quite nostalgic, I do think considering Starstable as a game, bear in mind, I don't know anything about game development. I know fuck all about it, but I do think it's a bit confusing how I'd say there are 3 different styles implemented into this game, about how a new player will see Moorland, Silverglade, and then suddenly they'll pop over to the Harvest counties and be like, what is this? Of course, the old graphics, they are lovely. I really like the realism, but also I do believe that Starstable are improving with their own style a bit more. I remember when this first new style was introduced, everyone thought it was a bit like Fortnite. No comment. I do think what they've done with Silverglade here was really nice. I really like this update. I thought the way they updated this area was really good. If they were going to be updating places, I just think if they're going to update one part of the map, they need to be committing to the rest, which they are doing. I don't care about the main story or the characters. I mean, this one's just from person to person. Some people might play this game just to do all the racing. Some people might do it to do photography. Some people might do it for the social aspect. Some people might be like really into the story and like into all the theories. Personally, I like a majority of the aspects of the game, and the storyline I love because I was so dedicated to it when I was younger, and I'm someone, I wouldn't say hyperfixate isn't the right word, but I get very attached to things, and Starstable is probably like the only proper constant thing and interest I've had in my life. Of course, I go through phases where I'm like playing loads and not playing at all. Yeah, I'd say I'd care about the storyline and the characters. The new avatars look better. I don't want to get controversial on my channel. All I would say on my opinion with the characters is, again, I understood that update had to happen, but for the love of God, can we please get some more body types? Maybe ones that are slightly similar to the old characters but in the new style. I will leave my opinion on that. Okay, this is the third time I'm saying this one. The release schedule for new horses is great, and I wish they'd release new breeds more frequently. Now, this one, I feel like it's difficult for me to agree or disagree with this one. I don't think it's necessary for them to be releasing horses at the pace they are, and I have many different personal opinions on this that I'm not going to get into. I'm a bit overwhelmed by the amount of new horses we get. However, as long as they do the breed right, it doesn't bother me that much. Also, I am aware this is a horse game, so horses do kind of need to be released regularly, but I'm aware there are a lot of different reasons. I'm like very separate from the Star Stable community. Not that I dislike other people. I follow along with like 5 different creators in the community, but even then I just follow their content and I don't really read at all about anything else. Horse leveling is way too fast and easy now. While I do agree it is very fast and it is a lot easier now, personally I don't mind because I'm really lazy with training. This gives me hope that at least some of my horses will end up getting leveled up eventually. I also don't think that's ever going to happen. Well guys, thank you so much for watching. Please do remember all of these are just my opinions. It's really not meant to be taken that seriously. Sorry again for the lack of uploads. I am going to try and get into some sort of schedule. Maybe I'll do a little bit of a ranty video next time and just explain some stuff going on in my life, but I didn't think people would maybe be that interested in that yet. Anyway, please do leave any video suggestions down below. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. Your support is always appreciated, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!